I wanted to talk about the war on drugs and how Graham Hancock puts it, the war on consciousness, right? As well as what's his name? Terrence McKenna calls it the war on consciousness, and
Yeah.
they're like advocates of psychedelics, right? Because I do think that people who don't agree with psychedelics and have never tried them should not have like any opinion whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
Because it, like, a lot of people say, you know, there's the label drug on it,
Yeah.
and they automatically say negative, bad thing, right? And it's definitely a product of like what's it called, like mental conditioning that people have been going through, like by the government onto the people for decades now, since a very long time, ever since the entire marijuana like debacle. And if people don't know about this who are listening to it, to this podcast, I'm not gonna like explain the whole thing because it's a very long story, but essentially marijuana is just like a term that they invented. Like the US government invented this term for it to sound like it's a Spanish word, so that they can discriminate against like Mexicans essentially, and put them in anyway, this entire long story.
Marijuana
But
means
essentially,
like tobacco leaf or something like that in Mexican, right? I mean, not in Mexican, in Spanish. In Mexican. In Spanish. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, that was what I meant was, I'm pretty sure like when the whole thing started, it started as because the actual term for it is cannabis. And the American government simply, as you very rightfully said, wanted to demonize it, so they put it in this word, which didn't even mean it means something completely different. So it's a little weird. Anyways, yeah, you can continue.
And this morning I was actually watching Andrew Schultz's new Netflix special, and he said something that's pretty relevant to this conversation. But he said something along the lines of, like, we've never seen something go from illegal to essential so quickly, right? Like dispensaries are deemed essential in the US, and there are still people in prison because they've sold weed, which is an essential product. And it's absolutely insane.
The former, I think he was the House Speaker, or at least the majority, the lead on the Republican side when Obama was president. He was he was the hugest like critic of marijuana, and like put so many people in jail. And now that he's out of politics and everything, he now, I think his name is Boehner. He now is invested into all of the huge cannabis companies trying to profit off of it. And it's super hypocritical. And like when people talk to him about it, he's like, oh, like, well, that was another life. And like, we're like, another life? That was literally like 8 years ago. What are you talking about? Another life.
So yeah, just for the audience here, by the way, I think my entire point was, you know, before you just resort back to what you've been conditioned to think, right, for your entire life, you know, drugs equals bad. I think the moral of the story with this entire like weed situation, where it went from completely illegal to essential, the moral of the story is to definitely research what you have an opinion on, right? If you are interested by like the nature of psychedelics and all that stuff, don't just say, you know, obviously your parents are going to say drugs bad, but it's deeper than that, obviously. And it's some things have been made up. Let's just say, like, it's definitely like a topic where you have to do your own research. I'm not saying try it. I'm saying do your own research and see, like, try to find the truth for yourself, I guess.